Okay, so on this question, we have, let me bring it down here, we have 2 to the x minus 2 equals 2 to the 8x minus 4. So there's the equal sign. So basically, when the bases are the same, then, whoops, back up here a little bit. Then powers must be equal. So you see how we have same bases here? If the bases are the same, the powers have to be equal. Why? Because if 2 to one of them is equaling 2 to the other, those powers couldn't be different. If those powers were different, then 2 to one of them wouldn't equal 2 to the other, would it? Like if you had 2 to the third equal 2 to the fourth, that's not the case, right? 2 to the third power can't equal 2 to the fourth. This must also be a 3 because they are what? Equal. Does that make sense logically? If the bases are the same, then the powers have to be the same also, or 2 to one of them wouldn't equal 2 to the other, would it? You tracking with me? If the bases were different, if I had like 2 squared and over here I had 4 to the 1, those are equal, right? 2 squared is 4 and 4 to the 1 is 4. So you see, if you have different bases, then you could have different powers and they're still equal. That could be. But if the bases are the same, well, then the powers have to be the same also. If they were different, 2 to one of them wouldn't equal 2 to the other, would it? So that's how we know. So we can grab just the power, and say, oh, okay, x minus 2 must equal 8x minus 4, right? Those powers have to be equal. And then we can solve for x. How do we solve for x here? Well, what do you do when you have x on both sides? You have x on both sides. You subtract the lower x from both. So I'm going to go minus x like that. And then that'll get rid of this one. Does that make sense there? And so we'll have what? Minus 2 is 7x minus 4. Everybody see what happened there? That's what you, when you have x on opposite sides, do the opposite. Subtract the lower x from both sides. Both sides, I should say. Okay, and now you just finish. Now it's a piece of cake. We're just going to add 4 to both sides. Just go on here. 7x is what? 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. We've almost got this now. And last step, finish getting x alone, divide by 7, boom, boom. There it is, x is alone, x is 2/7. So when the bases are the same, you can just set the powers equal and solve it from there. And there we go.